Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and finally, I hope we are ready because this is eHL Season 1 and Cycle 1. We have Group F here, of course, and my name is Larc, and of course, with me today is going to be Xeno, and we've got an interesting matchup. We have Persona versus Gavin over here, so it's kind of interesting.
Is what I've heard that Persona is like really hope that obviously one of the Pinoys coming out onto the top. So Persona trying to make a like questionable plays, I would say, from like the past two games, but I'm not the one to judge because I'm not in eHL. But he has a couple. I'm that's just saying. All right, just saying. He has a couple of questionable cards. It is either gonna make him or break him. So I'm really interested to see how this matchup against Gavin's gonna be up for him. On the other hand, we have Gavin from Singapore himself. It's where Bigo is from. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Group F. Let's get it on.
Yep. So, just gotta go a little bit into the decks here. Let's see. It's gonna be game number 1. Let's get this underway. I want to get your opinion as to what do you think that either Persona or Gavin's gonna go with their first deck.
I need to pull out the deck list myself. Oh my god.
Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and I believe it's gonna be a druid versus a mage, and this is gonna be an interesting matchup because, again, like I always mention, mage we haven't seen it as much, and I think if I look at Group F, no one. Okay, wait, maybe not no one. Okay, actually 3 people in Group F actually play mages. That's kind of interesting because we haven't seen a whole lot of mages recently, and of course the one coming up, Persona, like you saw earlier on, is a really standard basic starting deck.
Very taunt heavy, let's just put it that way. Yeah, we don't really see a lot of mages to begin with because they're really inconsistent and they are very spell dependent. So the moment like if you're out of like minions, you are just pretty much like, oh my god. So anyway, out comes the mirror image. I'm getting feedback that my mic is kind of shitty, so I'm gonna swap it out.
Yeah. Anyways, just take a quick look here at Gavin's side. He's just gonna hero power up and attack one of the mirror images. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a play yet. You could have actually just innervated into a Scarlet Crusader at turn 1 if you wanted to, but I think he was a little bit afraid of things like ping coming out. So that would actually die really fast there. But if he had that up, he could have actually taken out one of the taunts already. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any other play. As for Persona's side, he actually is able to play a Fairy Dragon here, which is actually gonna allow Persona to get much more advantage on the board straight away as compared to Gavin, because he's not gonna be able to clear any of this anytime soon.
Yeah, and coupled with the fact that the Fairy Dragon itself is already magic immune, that's gonna be really hard for Druid, who is very spell heavy. So anyway, out comes a Scarlet Crusader, which that Divine Shoe is gonna do a lot of work unless you gotta ping that off, man. Yep, there goes the ping, I guess. And it's end turn, so I'm guessing a turn 4. Depending on like situation, if Gavin does either play a taunt or whatsoever, he's either gonna just pick it up.
I like this play. At least, well, the funny thing is here, using the Mark of the Wild, if I'm not mistaken, that's what it's called, is actually still gonna die to the 3/2, which is very good for Persona. Actually, he gets a lot of value out of this. He even has a Frostbolt and which he by all means can actually use here, and then he can just throw down another Fairy Dragon.
Oh god, that's hilarious. It's 2 magic immune like creeps on the board right now, and I mean Gavin has completely nothing to do about it. It's not even like, unless he top decks a what's his face, Keeper the Grove, that's gonna just address 1, but
he can actually take care of this right now.
Oh.
Yes, double Starfall, but he's gonna go for the Mad Bomber play. Wow, he gets so much value there. Look at that RNG. Hits both Fairy Dragons, kills off one. He's able to go ahead and use his hero power on one of them, and the Mad Bomber is gonna stay alive. So that's pretty good.
Okay, good. RNG right there, guys, and I'm hearing feedback from myself. Larc, please, today. So out comes the Harvest Golem, and it's gonna provide a lot more board presence right there. Even though it's a 2/3, but still, it may be addressed with that hero power, but that doesn't really matter because it just forces Gavin to use at least just 2 mana, because right now it's 6 unless he pulls out an Innovate and innovates into like an Iron Bark Protector. I don't know if he has that in his deck though.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Gavin actually does have an Iron Bark Protector in his deck. Now, he has the option here to actually... Okay, he's gonna Bear Farm and go for face. I guess that's...
Oh.
In my opinion, I feel like he should have just killed off the Harvest Golem, because for fear of things like Fireball or Polymorph would actually hurt Gavin a lot in this kind of situation.
Yep, so he is kind of considering, I think right now, because like that golden bear form right there is kind of intimidating. So I mean, he could all means play a Sunwalker for he cares, but Booty Bay Bodyguard, that's alright. To be honest, like that's a taunt I don't really like because it doesn't really serve the value of a taunt. It has really low health to begin with, and to have a high attack, it's kind of redundant to be called a taunt in the first place. But anyway, he is gonna take his time. He has all the resources that he needs. He has a Polymorph, which he is gonna go for it actually, and Harvest Golem gonna address that Mad Bomber. So finally a 2/1's gonna appear. So
he miscalculated his mana.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I think he wanted to play the Acidic Swamp Boost, so really funny there. And out comes another Druid of Claw, very good for him. Turn 7, unfortunately doesn't have his Ancient of Lore for more card draw, or even, doesn't really need to heal right now, so this is really good for him. Plus he's able to clear the board, so at least he gets his board back into his favor there. 4/6 taunt, very hard to kill. And that Persona, he doesn't have a Fireball on hand, nor does he have any card draw, so hopefully he can top deck one.
You see, ironically, the fact that I was on the topic of saying Mage is really like reliant on clearing minions from the board, and right now Persona actually has too much minions, and I don't know, the Sunwalker is probably going to be the most value right there. Already top decks a Polymorph. I don't know if that's going to be worth it though, because you know, knowing Druid's going to bring out those big guns in the later phases of the game, so you might want to choose wisely for this. He's considering the Booty Bay, but yeah, I would definitely not recommend the Polymorph this game.
Yeah, he needs to save the Polymorph for something even bigger, which we see in the hand already for Gavin, which is that very scary taunt. The 7 mana cost 5/10 Ancient of War, very powerful here. And now he could actually go for a pretty interesting play here. Oh, he's actually gonna go ahead and throw down 2 minions right now and not even deal with the 4/6. So at least he's gonna be able to kill that off. But again, that's just 2 cards for only 1. He can't even trade that with the hero power because he's not able to do it this turn.
Well, Senjin's definitely gonna be addressed for this matter. Well, at least his as his Swamp Goose kinda is a bit of a board presence, but he still has 6 mana, so I'm pretty interested. Out comes the Value Yeti, guys. As what? Oh my god, that's just right there. But this is probably the point where the Booty Bay comes in handy, unless he has a swipe.
He has a play here. What he could do is he could actually Geomancer and Arcane Explosion. But
yeah, you're right. Nope, I lied.
But I think actually that would have been the better play, because he would have been able to clear off the Yeti as well.
Yep, probably miscalculation he's like considering, but anyway, like I predicted, possibly the straight outcome. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but you know, if you gotta take a little bit more time, do a little bit more math, then yeah, he could have got value. But Persona, then again, he's gonna just drop out that Booty Bay right there, and unless it's gonna be addressed, oh, there you go, guys. That's why you don't play a taunt that has so little health. Just saying.
Yeah,
just saying, guys.
It's a very questionable pickup of card, especially in Constructed. Not even that, it's as well as in Arena. You don't really like to see that played as much. Now, if Persona had actually played the Geomancer combination with the Arcane Explosion and his own ping, he would at least still have a 2/2 Geomancer on the board. Now, he has the option of Sun Walkering and pinging the 4/5. But yeah, what do you think?
Yep, that's I had that on my mind since he played the Booty Bay because it was addressed relatively quickly by Gavin, so that's kind of unfortunate.
Oh my
Anyway, he's
god.
gonna go for Hex. What? Okay, don't play that Cobalt, please. No play that Cobalt. It's not worth it. Okay, rest in peace, Cobalt. No, wait, he's thinking. He's trying to think wisely. So it is already really late into the game. This is where the druid really starts to shine. And at 10 mana cost right now, he could just pretty much pull out the big guns. But still, I mean, look at that, guys. Look at that Ancient of War. He just pulled it out, and right now Persona's probably scratching his ass and say, "I completely screwed up."
Yeah, he doesn't have anything to deal with this now. No polymorph. He still has one more polymorph. He still has 2 frostballs, 2 fireballs in the deck. He's not gotten them yet. And now he's just so far behind because even if he plays the Sunwalker, it's probably still gonna be dealt with pretty easily here. So yeah.
Yeah, he's well, like I said, he shouldn't have he should have done the math. And right now, pretty much his only value minion is his Sunwalker. But then again, Ancient of War is gonna just ping out once, unless he can survive like one more round, which I don't know, because yeah. So pretty much there's a 10 health Ancient of War right there. How do you address that? Instead, he goes for a the Yeti, which of course you can follow up with the Sunwalker. It's just 10 mana cost. Then like the Geomancer is just gonna be like AFK right there and say, "Hi guys, I have 2 Arcane Explosions, but I can't use it." So it's kind of a waste right there, if you ask me.
Yeah, he could have been utilized a little bit more earlier on so that he could have been able to establish that forward back. Well, I mean, let's think about it. Okay, Silence is definitely gonna come out here. That Sunfury is pretty much useless. Starfire onto the Yeti. Oh my god, this is just getting insanely sick right now.
It's such a disgusting. Holy crap. Okay, look at that right now. Speaking of too much minions, and right now he is too much spells. Just saying. So, that was a really big mistake. He should have used his Arcane Explosion first before yep, before using the Arcane Missile. So right now he's actually gonna pay twice the value right there, and he is completely drained of cards right now, ladies and gentlemen. Gavin right now, he is the one sitting at 19 health. He has 5 cards in hand. I guess it's pretty over.
Oh. Okay, wait, let's think about it. There is still one more polymorph in hand for Persona. But especially seeing as to how Gavin has the card advantage. The thing is, looking at his hand, it's only Innervates, Mark of the Wall, Savage Roar. Let me just take a quick look at his deck list and see if he has the Force of Nature. He actually doesn't run one. He goes with something a little bit more unconventional. He goes for Leroy Jenkins, and there's even an Onyxia. So I think his idea was to play Onyxia and then Mark of the Wall. But even then, that's just very questionable. So yeah.
But somehow it kind of is working for him because I guess, well, top deck not in favor. As I said, look, out comes the Leroy Jenkins. I guess this is pretty much over, guys. Out comes the Savage Roar. We are seeing a 10-8. And rest in peace, Persona. That's game 1 for you. Well play comes out. So game 1 definitely does go to Gavin. Well deserving right there. It's just baiting out all of Jaina's spells. That's the one weakness. I mean, funny enough, like, it's because of fireballs. It's because of like polymorphs. It's supposed to be like really effective against a druid, but in this case, I think Gavin just completely exhausted all of his spells way before he could even get like significant board control right there.
Yeah, he just seemed to make very questionable decisions. A lot of mistakes were made, and he couldn't actually capitalize on that. He was actually, if you think about it, he was actually further ahead as compared to Gavin because he didn't have the cards he needed in his hand, and he wasted a lot of his own minions Plus, I mean, Gavin kind of gave him that early game, especially seeing as how he marked the wild is, if I'm not mistaken, it was the Scarlet Crusader, which still dies anyways to things like Frostbolt or even the Acidic Swamp Boost earlier on, which we saw. So, unfortunately for him, he's gonna have to lose one game, and the next game here is actually gonna be the Druid as well as the Warrior.
I need a deck link. Holy shit! Like no joke. But anyway, if I could get that real quick.
Let's take a quick look at the hand for Persona here. He is gonna go with his Warrior this time around. Unfortunately for him, his Mage didn't work out. He actually got a pretty decent start here. He has a 2 minion. He has a Fairy Warwicks as well.
Could always put out as a surprise for that, because one thing about Warrior that's pretty good, that he addresses a lot of early game minions if he has a weapon, and that's one of the beauties of Warriors, because he can like maintain a really good control of the early game by just pretty much hitting the shit out of it.
Oh my god! Wow, that RNG.
Oh.
Look at that Mad Bomber. Every single bomb hitting the face of Persona. Persona is probably feeling pretty salty about that. He's actually gonna ooze instead of throwing out his axe instead. Huh. Very questionable.
Oh, what? Okay. So anyway, Powder Wall comes out, so it's gonna be a little Panther, and he's gonna go for face. So because right now I think Drew's definitely got the upper hand. He's gonna have to think of ways to address. He has a heroic strike though, but I don't think he's gonna waste it. So anyway, the Exodus comes out as a surprise, like I said. And was probably gonna address the Bomber. Yes, I'm right. So he is down to 21 health at like turn 3. That's not good for like Persona right now.
Yeah, I actually think that. Yeah. Okay. So Persona, kind of interesting play. I think he didn't need to be so rushed in playing a minion on the board. But I think he wants to make sure that he's able to secure the early game as soon as possible, especially against Persona's deck. Again, like we mentioned before, Persona's deck is kind of weird. Like it has taunts as well. Besides it doesn't really have much charged creatures besides Gromesh Hellscream, if I'm not mistaken. Just taking a quick look at his deck here. He only has Gromesh Hellscream, the only charged creature in his deck. So and the thing is, he has things like Raging Worgen. So it's a weird mix of what do you call this? Creatures in his deck.
Yeah, that's true. I guess what he really wants is a mixture of, well, I think it's more of a control warrior rather than a rush, because I don't think any of his minions show signs of that it is meant to be a rush deck. So, I mean, you have a Gromash, and that's pretty much the only like god tier legendary card for a warrior, which was my first legendary, to be honest. But anyway, Mark of the Wild is it's gonna be so much value. Right there onto the Chillwind Yeti. Gonna address that A-bomb. A-bomb's gonna kill off that I forgot what's his face. That is someone injured, guys. Priestess. Yep, that's what it is. So out comes the Worgen, finally, but I don't think it's gonna be much of a presence for that matter. So oh my god, what are you doing? You're gonna enrage that.
He wants to execute it.
Yep.
The thing is, if I'm not mistaken, he only runs one Inner Rage, so he's gonna actually have to hope to get a Cruel Taskmaster if he wants to combo it with Gourmesh Hellscream.
Yeah, and the bad part is that you gotta wait till turn 10 for that to work.
Exactly. Right now he just doesn't have enough mana for it. Bear Form's gonna be coming out here. Easily gonna address this 3-3 right now. And there's really nothing that Persona can do. Like even if he, like the best thing that you can do to clear this board is just a heroic strike plus run his 3-3 into it. But after that he's just left with a Gurubashi Berserker that he can't even buff.
Yeah, he's really thinking really hard right now. Like, what the hell is he supposed to do? Oh, anyway, he's considering an ending turn. I don't know, because that Worgen's a dead Worgen. That is what I can confirm. So Gavin has a lot of options in his hands right now, and I can't exactly see his cards.
Well,
But
it's
instead,
not a lot of options. It's only Innervates and this Cobalt Geomancer. So he's actually just gonna go for face here, which is actually going to hurt him a lot because now, okay, look at this combo. What he's gonna do is Heroic Strike, run his 2/7 into the 4/6, Rampage his now, if I'm not mistaken, 5/5. Wait, no, his 5/3. He's thinking of Gromish Hellscream. I don't think he wants to do that. He could actually just possibly rampage his Gurubashi Berserker if he wants it. If he wants to.
he can't rampage right now. Oh no, he decides to go for the heroic strike instead.
So Heroic Strike, run his 2/7 into it, and then rampage it. So now it's a 5/3, and it's gonna be a 8/6.
And now comes the silence. Oh, he's not gonna rampage it. He's
Well,
really.
I guess that's kind of okay. I think he's a little bit of. Well, to be honest, actually, he should have just rampaged it for fear of things like swipe, which unfortunately is gonna get its value here. But if he swipes here, he's gonna enrage the Worgen. So he's actually in a tough spot.
Yeah. I'm like, well, anyway, I'm not sure if Gavin runs a silence, but anyway, Cobalt comes out, and if
Oh my god.
what are you doing? Oh, the swipe.
Well, he can always hero power and kill. Yep. But the Cobra's just gonna go ahead and kill off the 2/2 here. He should have just rampaged in the previous round. At least that way he could have saved his Gurubashi Berserker.
Probably, yeah. But anyway. It's a 9-drop. I don't think he's gonna play Defender.
Well, he could get very greedy here. He could actually just Gromish Hellscream, run it into the 2/2, enrage it, and then next turn rampage it. And he even has a Defender of Argus, but it's just so risky. I think that might be his only play here. There really is nothing else he can do. He can rampage his Cobra here, but I feel like that's just such a waste.
He's probably gonna run into face though. He's gonna armor up, and that's a 6. If I'm not mistaken, it's a 6/5 Cobra. Yep, it's gonna do a lot of work. It's down to 17 health. If Persona can like last for say 3 more turns, oh shit.
Leroy Jenkins, it's not enough. It's not enough to help him. If he uses Leroy Jenkins here, it's just gonna die. Yeah, he has to end his turn. Oh my god, Whirlwind. Okay, here we go. He's dead. Gromish Whirlwind, he's dead. That's it. That's game.
Guys, please.
Wait, that's 10. Yeah, he's definitely dead.
It's 10, 6, 8. Yep. This is the insane part. Well played. Wow, guys.
Just nice. That top deck, man. Top deck still at its best. Whirlwind doing work here, and Gromish Hellscream, of course, very, very strong. Completely forgot about that Whirlwind factor there. And he's gonna go ahead and take this second game against it's his first game to take off against Gavin actually. So right now it's 1-1, and it's gonna be a pretty interesting game number 3. So let's just jump right into it. I'm really excited. What do you think he's gonna bring out?
Oh man, I don't know. I pretty much only have Persona screen on my computer, which I have no idea why. Like you have both. It's kind of hilarious. But anyway, third game. Like I'm just really interested to see how like players kind of draft their decks, because it can go from non-questionable to like super questionable. And in this case, like what you said, I completely forgot like about the Whirlwind factor, because everyone literally just plays like inner rage. But Whirlwind, guys, let's just not forget that it clears boards, just saying, and it enrages your creeps. So Worgen didn't do much work, but a golden Gromash was there to finish the job, ladies and gentlemen. So that's gonna be a 1-1 if you guys are here all the way, and this is gonna be a very, very interesting game tree.
Yeah, for sure. And it's gonna be Gavin's mage this time around against the warrior, and I think this kind of situation kind of more or less favors the the mage. Let's take a quick look at Gavin's hand right now. Sorry, not hand, his deck list. He actually calls this the PMS mage. What a name! My God.
What?
Yeah, let's see here. He actually has a couple of very questionable cards in his deck. I mean, like a lot of both these players, their decks are just so unconventional. Like it's hard to tell what it is. It's just a mixed match of a couple of things.
That's really interesting. Anyway, he's oh my god. His outcomes gnomes doing a lot of work right there. Because I mean right now if Gavin doesn't play another like minion, his cleave is not gonna do any work at all. And that's gonna completely hit him in the face. It's kinda ironic to like keep picking mage. I mean, mage is such a strong class. It's such a cheesy class to begin with, and people yet they don't pick it. It's not a constant class. But yet again, if you get the right cards, you are pretty much on your way to demolishing everyone. So anyway, if you look at Persona's hand, he has a Worgen and he has a Whirlwind. That's pretty much gonna be a lot of value right there. He's kind of deciding on the Worgen or more board control. Damage or board control? Like, I don't know. What do you think?
Well, in this kind of situation, the deck is really hard to tell. It's neither. It's it's in between. It's having troubles deciding if he wants to be a rage. I mean, an aggro or a control deck in this kind of situation. Now, Frostbolt here is actually going to be able to deal with this, and he can actually Arcane Missiles.
Would he?
Yep.
Oh, yep,
he's gonna hit. Yep, it does. And he's gonna coin and his Enchantress. Priestess, sorry.
Priestess.
Look at that.
Do you need a blessing? Yep, and that's gonna be a 2/2 gnome. That's gonna be really hard to adjust right now, but then that's where the cleave comes in, guys.
Yep,
not
cleave
only
value.
That, cleave value. So good. Hello.
I think this is really easy for him. He has to cleave here. If he keeps the 2/1 on the board, that's very dangerous. He's thinking about Worgen plus Whirlwind, but the thing is, his Worgen just dies anyways to the Leper Gnome, so feels like a waste in my opinion here.
I really don't know, but that was like the most questionable play I've ever seen on cast. Like, that's really horrible. But anyway, a 4/4 Drake gonna address the board control, at least for a game right now. He has only 2 cards left in hand.
Oh, this is so good. Right now, Arcanite Reaper and the pirate right there. I can't remember what his name is. It's gonna be
the Drake Corsair. That's why, yeah. Always, guys, always draft that if you have like good weapons. Even from like a Fiery War Axe all the way to like True Silver Champion. That's a 0 mana cost taunt. So always do that. Arcanite's gonna come out and it's gonna be a free extra taunt. It's like a battle cry. Battle cry taunt right there. So anyway, the Drake goes down and Gavin, I can't see his deck, just saying. So I'm not sure if he has any like good minions.
Here's the thing, he has the Ooze in hand, and this is gonna get so much value. Mirror Entity actually gonna be placed here. Now, I want to see how Persona is gonna try to play around this secret because he really doesn't know what it is. What he could do is just place a. I think. Okay, what do you think? Usually, when you're in this kind of situation, what do you kind of test for? Mirror Entity. Okay, he's gonna go ahead and throw down the Ooze, and Mirror Entity is gonna come out. But look at that, cleave value is gonna be in here.
So good, guys. That's why I'm hearing echoes again. But anyway, it's kind of really obvious in this kind of situations where you look at how Mage drafts secrets. It's either gonna be Mirror Entity or Ice Block or Vaporize. Like they don't run like any other shit other than those things.
Okay, there we go. Arcane Explosion. Unfortunately, can't ping the 3/1, but at least the 3/1 will still die to the 4/4. But look at that, Sunwalker, man.
Yep, it doesn't really matter because a taunt is really on board. Like I would rather play the Gurubashi and armor up for this case. Yep, pretty much. He's gonna run into like really good. Execute? Nope, I like.
No, I think this is not a. This card right now is not really one he wants to execute. Probably just wait for a bigger one here. Oh well, he's actually gonna execute.
There you go. Execute can come out, and it's got 2/7 on board. Both players are down, and they're already at the 8 mana mark. So,
yeah.
Anyway, Always good to keep one in hand. But I'm not sure how much maintenance he has on board. Just saying. Sunwalker is probably the choice here, I would say. I don't know. Unless he's really afraid of a hex.
Yeah,
Because he's
Polymorph
not.
will definitely do it. But the thing is, if he had Polymorph, he would have actually just used it on a 2-7 already. Unfortunately for Gavin, he doesn't really have an answer to this. Like, Flame Strike is gonna kill off the 4-5 in the next turn, plus his ping. Yeah, he can. Well, actually, he only has 9 mana, so he can't even play his Mana Worm. The problem here is he's gonna buff up the Gorbash Berserker, and it's gonna be pretty insane.
Yeah, but he's got to choose wisely right now. This is where choose wisely comes in. Top 6 a Leper Gnome at this stage of the game, which is pretty hilarious. I'm not sure he will play it though, because if he plays it, it's not going to be on board for long. And it's going to get like just pinged off, and it's not going to be much of value right there. But he decides to keep the Cobra just in case, which I guess it's kind of a wise choice. His armor is kind of buffing up, which is, it's not going to be good for Gavin right there.
If he wants the Flame Strike here, yeah, he's gonna have to ping off the 4-1. And next turn he has Leroy Jenkins to play. But he doesn't have anything to kind of clear the board after that, so he's actually in a tough spot.
Yep, I would say that Persona is in a tough spot himself. Like, despite the fact, yeah, he has a Gurubashi, but the moment if Gavin top decks either a Polymorph or like a Fireball, he's pretty much done for at this stage of the game. But right now, not only is his armor is kind of building up, his damage is increasing as well. So the tables are turning, especially in favor of Persona right now.
Yeah, I mean, Persona has it going in his way. Even if he wants to use his Leroy Jenkins here, the thing is, he's still gonna lose it to the 6-4. So he's actually setting up for it. He wants to use his 4-4 to run into it. Now, the problem is he can actually run his 2-3 into the 4-4 and then execute it, and still keep his 6-4 alive.
Yep, and then out comes the Cobra, finally. Or he could just pretty much go both for face. Which is, yep, that's what he's gonna do, guys. Both onto face. And then he's down to 3 health. That's gonna be so much value. The moment he gets Grow Mash, it's also almost done for him.
I guess he wants to quickly rush him down. Yeah, he has to, I think. But the problem here is that...
Here's the Flame Strike.
Yeah. He has no Flame Strike, so Leroy Jenkins actually doesn't even help him here. He's dead. He knows he's dead. I think that's it. That's game.
Yep. GG. Well played. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't really matter anymore. Execute is not even used.
Even Ascension. Holy shit. Yeah, that's pretty much game. Kind of, in my opinion, it wasn't as exciting. It's just really mixed up decks, in my opinion. But nevertheless, a well-deserving victory there. Going in favor for Persona. His warrior, surprisingly, going to be able to keep him into this competition right now. And I do believe the next game is, if I'm not mistaken, it's even the final game.
What is the final game? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's gonna be Gavin versus Allura, but the thing is, if Gavin wins Allura, like even like if it's a 2-1 or even a 2-0, it's gonna be a tiebreaker. Oh no, 2-1. It has to be a 2-1. Then it's gonna be a tiebreaker, if I'm not mistaken. So, anyways, guys, do stay tuned. We're gonna be right back. We've got a lot more. Well, not really a lot more, because today seems like a very slow day. Surprisingly, we got some Hearthstone action for you. So don't go anywhere and stay tuned.
Right.